Satkosia is one of my favorite travel destinations, which I want many more people to go and enjoy. I created a playlist, Satkosia, Birding, Wildlife, Landscape and Astro Hotspot for this area, where I have already published more than a dozen videos covering different hotspots and plan to extend the number in future. In this video, I wanted to give an overview of the area and help viewers to plan their trip. I would cover what is Satkosia, why one should go to Satkosia, how to reach there, when to go there, whom to contact for car, where to stay and eat, which places to see, and will propose a 2 to 4 day itinerary at the end. I have also added a section to give a hint on what else to expect in future. What is Satkosia? Satkosia is a hilly and forestry area in the state of Orissa in India, where Mahanadi river emerges from hills to plains. The name Satkosia is derived from two Oriya words. Sat means number 7 and Kos means a distance which is approximately 2 miles. So Satkosia means 14 miles or around 22 kilometers of stretch where Mahanadi river has cut across the Eastern Ghats mountains to create a river gorge. Satkosia Gorge Wildlife Sanctuary was created in 1976 with an area of 796 square kilometer. Deep and long gorge on the Mahanadi river gives a stunning view to tourists. Satkosia Tiger Reserve was designated in 2007. Though it does not have any tiger at the time of creating this video in 2025, but there are many other wild animals and a mesmerizing forest to cherish. There is also a discussion going on to relocate the local villages and reintroduce tigers to this area to re-establish it as a reserve with tigers. There is ample prey base here to support tiger. Satkosia is a biogeographic bridge as it connects the Deccan Peninsula with the Eastern Ghats, making it an excellent transition zone comprising of unique ecosystem and rich biodiversity. Why Satkosia? Satkosia is an underexplored gem of India. It has a diverse set of attractions that covers all kinds of people, starting with family vacationers to wildlife enthusiasts. Based on my multiple visits there, I would strongly recommend this place for a 2 to 4 days vacation. Let's explore these different attractions one by one. First, the beautiful Mahanadi River Gorge. I haven't seen too many places that can match the scenic beauty of this landscape. The hills emerge from the riverbed, making it appear very tall, touching the sky. Sunrise and sunset times are dreamy, especially the blue coloration on the waters. My current profile picture in the YouTube was taken on Satkosia Sunset Point. You can relax with your family and slowly observe the bluish colors of the day transitioning to reddish colors of sunset to the darkness of night. At night, it is a fantastic place to observe stars on the dark sky. If you are an astrophotographer, you do not need to spend days and money to go to the far-off places. You can take pictures of the Milky Way, star trails, nebula, galaxy while staying close to your nature camp's comfort and security. In the morning, take a boat ride on the river to enjoy its landscape. It is cheap and you can take it multiple times during the day. It is an excellent relaxing journey on the water. Satkosia has unique biodiversity. During boat ride, you can also observe the wildlife like many rare varieties of turtles, crocodiles, snakes, birds to name a few. Orissa is the only Indian state with wild populations of all 3 native crocodilian species, and in Satkosia you can see gharials and magar crocodiles. Satkosia is known for the successful conservation and breeding of critically endangered gharials, a one-of-a-kind reptile with distinct long slender snouts for catching fish. If you are lucky, you can see one in the wild, and if not, you have to be happy watching it in the enclosures of Tikarpada Gharial Research Center. Magar crocodiles are also in vulnerable status, and Satkosia is a good place to see it. I saw it in every boat ride in my trips to Satkosia. Another species struggling with survival is turtle, and 6 varieties are recorded in Satkosia: narrow-headed soft-shell turtle, Ganges soft-shell turtle, Indian peacock soft-shell turtle, Indian flap-shell turtle, Indian tent turtle, and Indian shawback or roofed terrapin. It is also a special place to see Indian skimmer, which is also in endangered status. Another endangered species you can see here in winter is black-bellied tern. Other than that, up to 300 species of birds can be seen in and around Satkosia. You can see many rare birds like Malabar trogon, hard-spotted woodpecker, white-naped woodpecker, which are uncommon in eastern side of India. During your drive through the forest, you can see many mammals also, like elephant, deer, Indian gaur, and even leopard. There are many reptiles and varieties of trees also to learn. For wildlife and experience, you must do night safari. Not too many places in an Indian forest this is allowed. More importantly, you do not need to book it prior, and it is pretty cheap. If you like driving through forests, Satkosia is a great place. The road is excellent and it is enjoyable in both bike or car. Please watch 2 videos I published in my channel to get a feel. In summary, it is a great place to spend the time with your family or friends in the lap of nature. When to go to Satkosia? Best time to go is during winter, though it is good during spring and autumn also. If you like cool temperature, then December, January are best. However, temperature is moderate in October, November and February. During summer and monsoon, the area is really hot. If you are planning Milky Way photography, then March, April would be good, though you should be okay with high temperatures. Indian skimmer comes in late October to November and stays till February. I am told some skimmers stay back and breed here during May-June. Black-bellied terns are seen only in winter. Crocodiles and turtles stay year-round, but chances of sighting are much higher in winter as they come out on sands or other open places for sunbasking. How to reach Satkosia? Best way to reach Satkosia is by train to Angul rail station and from there by car to one of the Satkosia nature camps. The road journey from Angul station to Tikarpada nature camp is around 60 kilometers and 1.5 hours drive, but will surely take more as you would stop at places to take pictures and enjoy the beauty of nature. I have covered this in my video, Road Trip to Satkosia, Angul to Tikarpada, Drive through Forest and Hills in Car and Bike. Instead of Tikarpada, if you stay in other locations, then also the timing would be similar, like Chhotkei, Purunakot, Baghamunda and Tarava. Badamul is on a different side of Satkosia on the eastern parts. It is 80 kilometers from Angul and it takes around 2.5 to 3 hours to reach there. The train from Kolkata to Angul is 20831 Mohima Gosai Express and the timing looks perfect. It leaves around 9:20 PM from Kolkata and is supposed to reach Angul around 5:15 AM. Similar is the case for the return train also. However, please note, in my 2 trips I found the train to run late by 2 to 4 hours and you should factor that in your trip planning. Alternatively, you can reach Kotak rail station and reach Satkosia by road, which is around 160 kilometers and takes approximately 4 hours. Sambalpur is around 200 kilometers and takes similar times but from a different direction. If you are coming from far places or do not have any train connectivity, then you can fly to Bhubaneswar and drive to Satkosia. Distance from Bhubaneswar is also around 160 kilometers and it takes 4 to 4.5 hours of drive. There is bus service from nearby cities to places like Badamul, where from you can hire car, which might reduce the cost, but I haven't tried this option and cannot say how easy it would be. I saw a bus going from Angul to Tikarpada but do not know the timing and frequency of it. In all practical purpose, you should book a car during your stay as you need to go to different hotspots which would need a vehicle. Whom to contact for Satkosia? For booking car, you should contact Sunil Kumar Sahu. He has been playing the dual role of driver and guide in Satkosia for a very long time. He is local and is based out of Purunakot. Hence, he has a lot of contacts which will greatly help. Even if he is not available, he can arrange another car for you and continue to guide you during your trip. He can help you with your stay also if needed. Please check the video of his interview in my channel to know more about him and get his contacts. Where to stay and eat in Satkosia? The best place to stay in Satkosia is one of the Satkosia nature camps. There are 5 nature camps on the western side. Tikarpada being the most popular, followed by Chhotkei, Purunakot, Baghamunda and Tarava. There is a nature camp on the eastern side in Badamul also. Tikarpada is next to Mahanadi river and is ideally suited for common tourists who would like to take boat ride and enjoy the Crocodile Research Center and Mahanadi Gorge area. It is in most demands in winter and you must book it 3 to 4 months in advance, especially for weekends. If you are focused on forest birding, then Chhotkei is an excellent choice as you will find a lot of bird varieties nearby. Baghamunda is also nice and is on the westernmost side. It is close to the core area of Satkosia Tiger Reserve. If you want to be absolutely in the middle of the forest area, then Tarava is a good choice. Finally, if you want some facilities of a town and especially looking for phone and internet connectivity for office or personal work, then Purunakot is the only choice. It is the only area where you will get good cell phone signal. In other nature camps, there are only spots where Airtel and Jio signals are there and is faint. You will hardly get any signal in the place of stay. You can book the nature camps from the site www.ecotourodisha.com. Go to the booking accommodation menu under the book button. Then select destination as Satkosia nature camps and choose the location you want to stay. Select bed types, dates, number of persons. It will present you options and availability. Make a selection and click the button next to the book now. You have to give the visitor details. Please mention additional friends and family who are going with you. This is key as they plan for food accordingly. Ensure you are giving proper ID proof which you need to carry as they may check it in the Tiger Reserve entrance gate. After following the process, you will be asked to pay. You will receive a PDF copy of the same which you should carry as it would be your entry permit at the entrance gate. If you are going anytime other than winter, please book an AC room as it gets very hot in summer. Forest Rest House and Crocodile Research Center can also be an option, but you need to work with government officials is what I understand. There are no good private hotels within the reserve. In the worst case, contact Sunil who can make some arrangements. You can also stay in Angul and commute daily, but 1.5 to 2 hours drive daily won't be a good choice. Now let's talk about food. Each nature camp gives you complimentary breakfast, lunch and dinner. On a 2-day trip, 1 day would be covered this way. Suggest you have your breakfast at Angul after getting down from train in your onward journey. Similarly, have the dinner also in Angul before you catch your return train. 3 meals would be covered by 1 night stay. Remaining lunch, you have couple of choices. You can drive to Purunakot where you will have few options. There is a pair of restaurants on the way from Tikarpada also which are good. You can pay and eat at the nature camp also. Finally, near boating point there is a decent hotel. Taste is a personal choice, but the food was fresh and warm and we didn't face any issues. Additionally, we had tea on the roadside stores at Tikarpada. Please buy your snacks and cold drinks or juices from Angul if you want a lot of variety, but you will get some decent choices in Tikarpada also, which I think we should promote. Finally, nature camps will give 1 bottle of water per day of stay and there is a filter water you can refill. If you do not want to risk, then buy water bottles from Angul based on your need. Which places to see in Satkosia? Now, the most important part. Which are the places to visit while in Satkosia? I have done videos for each of these hotspots and will share a glimpse of it in this video. Suggest you watch those in my channel for more details. Let's talk about them one by one. The road. The first attraction of Satkosia is not just one spot, but something that spans the entire area. The road through the hilly forest that is so dense in some places that it makes a canopy on the road, while in some other areas you can see the clear red soiled forest floor from which tall sal trees have emerged. Riding on a bike or cart through these roads is a wonderful experience, especially during early winter morning when the fog and mist make it tranquil and transcendental. So enjoy your journey as you ride from Angul to Tikarpada or other nature camps. Please watch my video, Road Trip to Satkosia, Angul to Tikarpada, Drive through forest and hills in car or bike. Roads to Chhotkei and Baghamunda gives a slightly different flavors and it is covered in my video, Enchanting Drive through Satkosia Forest, Orissa, Ride in car or bike, Road Trip in Jungle. An extremely important point to note is you must get yourself fresh and have the toilet break before leaving the Angul station. You can leverage the waiting room or other facilities of the station. You stop for breakfast on your way and pick up a place which has toilet. Once you approach the tiger reserve, you will not find any toilet till you reach the nature camp. Nandini Jhora. On the right side of the road to Tikarpada, around 8 kilometers before you reach the nature camp, you should stop at Nandini Jhora or Nandini Jharna. It's a beautiful serene place to spend some time and watch the transparent flowing water rapidly rushing towards Mahanadi river. I have covered it in the video Birding at Satkosia, Nandini Jhora, bird watching, sightseeing, enjoy nature. Be careful as the rocks are hard. I have seen many having a bath in this area, especially on a warm day. This is also a good place for birding, as you will see in my video. The jungle owlet is very common, as I saw it in both my trips. Tikarpada Nature Camp. If you just have one night, suggest you spend it at Tikarpada Nature Camp. Additional nights can be spent in other camps. Tikarpada is next to Mahanadi river and you can get a great view once you step out from the camp. Both Gharial Research Center and boating point are at a walking distance, though I suggest you take the car to save time. This is also a great place for birding, which I covered in my video Birding at Satkosia, Tikarpada Nature Camp, Malabar Pied Hornbill, Tawny-bellied Babbler. There is a large flock of Malabar Pied Hornbill that are seen right from the camp in most of the morning hours. Tawny-bellied Babbler, Indian Scimitar Babbler, Pinstripe-teeth Babbler, etc. are also seen here. You can make it your base and then visit other nearby hotspots. Boating on Mahanadi river. Boating is a must-do activity for birding, watching wildlife and enjoying the Mahanadi river gorge at Satkosia. Suggest once you get fresh in the camp, go for a ride then and there and repeat it in the next morning. I have covered this in my video Satkosia, boating on Mahanadi, watch crocodile, turtle, black-bellied tern and other birds. In winter, you can see two endangered birds, Indian skimmer and black-bellied tern, critically endangered red-crowned root turtle, vulnerable gharial and magar crocodile and various other birds in this ride. While sitting, suggest you choose a seat on the right side as most of the attractions I found it in that side. If you have family or friends, then have them sit on the same row but on the other side so that if anything comes that side, you can share. Also choose a seat not obstructed by any pole. Please note, while the land might be clear, but the river might be extremely foggy during the winter months. While it is also an experience of its own, but it may obstruct your view. So please check before you book the ride in the early morning. It generally gets clear by 9 am. Indian Skimmer. For wildlife enthusiasts, seeing Indian Skimmer is a special target for the boat ride and hence I have covered this exclusively in the video Watch Indian Skimmer at Satkosia, an endangered and beautiful bird. Anyone will enjoy the beauty of this bird and get the stunning view of it catching the fish from the surface of water by skimming it with the beak. You won't need any costly telephoto lens for that. Crocodile and Gharial Research Center. The Gharial Research and Conservation Unit, GRACU, and Crocodile Reproduction and Research Center is a popular tourist attraction in Satkosia and is a must visit for all. It has made significant contribution in the breeding and reintroduction of freshwater crocodiles, especially the endangered Gharial, Gavialis gangeticus, and endangered magar or marsh crocodile, Crocodilus palustris. Tikarpada FRH or Forest Rest House is also situated in the same complex. It is next to the Mahanadi river and boating point is also accessed through this compound. It is around 1.5 km from Tikarpada Nature Camp and it takes around 10 minutes to reach. You can plan to spend an hour in this place before or after taking the boat ride on Mahanadi river. Sunset Point. I must say, Sunset Point in Satkosia is one of the most fascinating places I have been to in India and I am not exaggerating. Just watch the video Birding at Satkosia Sunset Point, a scenic viewpoint for landscape, sunset and bird photo in my channel. Pause it in moments when it shows the bluish landscape images and feel it yourself. I was mesmerized by its tranquil beauty. Sadly, many visitors are not aware of this place and miss this out. It took us around 45 minutes to reach there from Tikarpada and you'll need a local driver for that as there won't be any signal for Google Maps. I have also seen a congregation of over 30 Malabar pied hornbills in one tree in this area around sunset. On this point, I would also say the sunset as seen from the Tikarpada area is also really great to watch. If you're spending 2 nights there, one night you should keep for that. Astrophotography. Satkosia is a decently dark zone, especially the south side, where in summer you can see Milky Way. Angul is on the north side and is around 60 kilometers away, and some light pollution does affect that side. If you're an astrophotographer, try this in Satkosia from any of the nature camps. I'm sharing some images my friend and senior Pravid Vishwas took in his trip, while the start trail is mine. Even if you do not have any gear for taking pictures, enjoying bright stars on a dark sky itself is a grand view, especially around new moon and after the lights of nature camps are turned off. Night safari. However, the top attraction at night must be the night safari. I have covered it in details in the video Night Safari at Satkosia Tiger Reserve. Watch leopard, elephant, gaur, owl. It starts from the Tikarpada, where the route from Angul ends on the Mahanadi river. In our case, it started around 7:45 pm and we returned around 10 pm. The booking was managed by our driver and guide Sunil Kumar Sahu, and it was cheap. It varies based on number of visitors and ranges in a few hundred rupees compared to thousands in other tiger reserves. The bus went through the forest road and then entered the core area. Riding through the dark forest, pierced by headlights of the bus, is a memory one can only get by experiencing it. Sunil was searching for wildlife using a powerful torch. We did see many deer, and the experience was way different than any daytime sighting. We also saw a brown fish owl. Missed photographing leopard and elephant narrowly, but others were lucky as Sunil shared his video on elephant, leopard and gaur. Suggest if you spend 2 nights, take this every time. Carry water and light snacks, and definitely take a toilet break before boarding, as you won't be able to get down once the bus enters core area. Purunakot to Chhotkei road. In the next morning, you should drive through the Purunakot towards Chhotkei, which I covered in my video, Birding at Satkosia, Purunakot to Chhotkei road, Malabar Trogan, Rufous bellied eagle. This stretch is the best place for birding, and I strongly feel many more birds would be discovered as more birders go to this area. When you come back later in the day, stop by at the Purunakot Forest Rest House, where popular Bengali author Buddhadev Guha stayed and wrote many stories. Chhotkei Nature Camp. The road goes through Chhotkei Nature Camp, which is also a great place for birding. I have covered this in my video, Birding at Satkosia, Chhotkei Nature Camp, eagles, nightjars, fulvetas, woodpeckers. If you spend 2 nights in this area, I strongly suggest you pick this place for second night. In that case, you can do the birding around the camp in the early morning. This being close to the forest, there is a huge potential on night birding in this area. I have heard calls of 3 different nightjars, and I'm sure there will be many owls in that area as well. Baghamunda Nature Camp. Baghamunda is another area close to forest. This is another great place to watch both sunrise and sunset from a place that reminds me of rocky area of Tikarpada. I have covered this in my video Baghamunda, Satkosia Tiger Reserve Core Forest, Birding, Landscape, Sunset Photography. The road journey that goes through the core area is really thrilling experience. This is also an underexplored area where I'm sure many more birds will be reported, especially in dove and pigeon families. In our second trip, we concluded the day here and took a back road to Angul station. Tarava Nature Camp. If you want to stay close to a forest, along with Chhotkei, Tarava is another choice. It comes on the way to the core area of Satkosia Tiger Reserve. Though, like in other nature camps, here also you will find a close-by village, but that won't impact your experience. The night sky is also dark enough for stargazing. I'm sure there will be many birds here to see and photograph. I plan to stay a night here in winter of 2026, and if you are checking this video after that, please check the Satkosia playlist for that video. Satkosia Sands Resort at Badamul. Badamul is one of the eastern side of Satkosia. If you are coming from Cuttack or Bhubaneswar by road, this will come closer. While the western side nature camps are around an hour and a half's drive from Angul, Badamul is around 3 hours journey. Satkosia Sands Resort is for vacationers. If you want to spend close to Mahanadi river, yet enjoy most of the amenities typical of a resort, this is the place for you. Wherein in Tikarpada side nature camps, you get a place to stay so that you can enjoy the beauties of nature. Here the resort is geared towards entertainment for tourists. There are activities to do and other modes of enjoyment. You can take boat ride here also and can see wildlife similar to Tikarpada side. a friend of mine saw over 300 skimmers in this area. I plan to make a family vacation here in winter of 2026, and you'll see the link to the video on the right side on top for more details once ready. Sunset at Derjang Reservoir. The Derjang Reservoir is a serene water body surrounded by picturesque hilly landscape near the city of Angul in Odisha, which is popular for picnic and sunset viewing. It was built on the Ninjara and Matalia rivers near Majhika village. While it is not part of Satkosia, but it is a common attraction for anyone who is visiting that area, especially if they come by road or train via Angul, as it is only 10 kilometers away from Angul railway station. Any sunset over a water body always looks good due to the reflection of sun's gradually fading colors on the water. Here, since the sun was setting behind hills, it added another dimension. Suggest, like us, you too conclude your Satkosia trip with a sunset viewing in Derjang Reservoir and take some really nice photo and video to end it on a high note. Proposed itinerary. Based on number of days you plan to spend in this region, I have shared 4 different options as itinerary. All are covering the western side of Satkosia, Tikarpada and nearby nature camps. If you plan to go to eastern side like Badamul, suggest you spend the entire duration in one location, which is Satkosia Sands Resort. Better not to mix it with other locations as the commute time will be too long. First, 3 nights, 4 days itinerary. On day 1 in the morning, you arrive at Angul rail station. Get fresh in the waiting room before starting the journey. Have breakfast at Angul town and buy snacks and water. Then drive to Nandini Jhora, where you can spend an hour. Then drive to Tikarpada nature camp for the first day stay. Check in and get fresh. Then walk towards Mahanadi river banks for birding and pictures. Come back to have bath and complimentary lunch at Tikarpada nature camp. Take a car or walk to the Crocodile and Gharial research center and watch the reptiles kept in enclosures. Take a boat ride on Mahanadi river. Focus should be more on crocodiles and turtles, though you will see the birds as well. Then drive to Sunset Point and climb up the high point to enjoy sunset over River Gorge. This is the place where you will get some of the stunning landscape pictures. As the night falls, take the night safari bus. Sunil Sahu can do the arrangements for you. If you have an interest, you can do the astrophotography before or after the night safari. Finally, have complimentary dinner at Tikarpada nature camp where you would spend the night. Welcome day 2 by watching sunrise over Mahanadi river gorge. Walk towards the corner of the complex where Nandini Jhora meets Mahanadi river. Do an hour of birding here. Then walk down the river shores for landscape photography. Then go to boating point for another boat ride, but this time focus on Indian skimmer. Come back to have breakfast at Tikarpada nature camp. Check out and leave for Purunakot. Enjoy local sweets there. Visit Purunakot FRH. You can spend half an hour birding around the place. Then drive to Chhotkei village. Continue the birding on the entire stretch. Check in Chhotkei nature camp, have bath and complimentary lunch. Late afternoon you can spend by birding around Chhotkei nature camp. After sunset, it's time for night birding around the camp. You can do start trails, you can enjoy campfire. Alternatively, you can repeat night safari, for which you need to drive back to Purunakot to get into the bus. Complimentary dinner and night stay will be at Chhotkei nature camp. Start day 3 with birding around Chhotkei nature camp. Then have breakfast at Chhotkei nature camp. Return to Purunakot on the same road and repeat the birding on the way. Continue the drive to reach Baghamunda nature camp, but take the road through the forest. Check in, have bath and complimentary lunch at Baghamunda nature camp. Then do birding around adjoining forest and walk towards rocky area. Watch sunset on the rocky area and come back to camp before it is dark. At night, do birding around the camp. Enjoy the stars on the dark night. Spend the last night of the trip at Baghamunda nature camp after complimentary dinner. Start the last day of the trip by watching sunrise on the rocky area. You need to leave a bit earlier to be there on time. You can stay there for some time for birding around the forest. Then have breakfast at Baghamunda nature camp and do some more birding around. Have bath and eat the lunch at Baghamunda nature camp. This time you need to pay for the food. Then start your drive to Derjang Reservoir, where you should spend the dusk by watching the beautiful sunset. Post that, drive to Angul rail station. There are hotels nearby where you can have your dinner. Get into the return train to say goodbye to Satkosia and conclude the trip. If you have one less day, then you must keep the day 1 same, which must be Tikarpada Nature Camp. Also, the trip must end with a sunset viewing in Derjang Reservoir. But for the second night, you have to choose between Chhotkei, which is option 1, or Baghamunda, which is option 2. If birding is your priority, then suggest you stay in Chhotkei. But if landscape photography is key, then sunset sunrise near Baghamunda would be better. Finally, the most common option, which is 2 day 1 night. Then it has to be around Tikarpada only, which is what I did in my first trip. What's next? Satkosia cover close to 1000 square kilometer area. There are many more spots to cover in future, and I see myself going back to this area again and again. So far, I focused mostly on the western or Tikarpada side of Satkosia. I plan to explore the Nayagar side also, like Badamul. On the eastern side, there are places like Raigora Meadow and Badamba area like Devarakhola waterfall, Narenjani Dam, Athagar fields, Deojhara waterfall, etc. Especially if I come via Kotak, it will come on the way, and to come back during summer to shoot Milky Way, taking advantage of the dark skies the area provides. I might carry my deep space astro gears to take pictures of nebula and galaxies also. In summer, it will be breeding period for most birds, and we expect to see more activity than in winter. I would like to take good pictures of the birds like hard-spotted woodpecker and search for a lifer like common woodpecker. In monsoon, I might see the breeding of Indian skimmers also. A lot of work can be done on the rare turtles seen in this area, which deserves a dedicated video. As I keep coming back to this area, I'll keep adding more and more videos to the playlist Satkosia, Birding, Wildlife, Landscape and Astro Hotspot, requesting all viewers to keep checking this playlist for newer videos. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel and watch other videos. Please let your friends know about my videos on Satkosia and share the playlist with them. Hope this series will help all future viewers plan better for the trip, and those who might not be able to visit the area can at least get a feel of how it is through these videos. Thanks for watching.